Díomh, of course, agus Banshee fail apart Díomh Galair. And yeah, it's St. Patrick's Day. We've spent it, most of us, hopefully, indoors, being sure to keep social distancing and the like. I hope most of you are able to treat this day as a holiday, even if you're at home. I know I was still doing some work, which is why we're recording a little later than planned. But, it's the nature of the job, and I actually really enjoy what I'm doing. I know a lot of you tuning in are currently out of work because of the current situation with closures and the like. And to all of you, sending my love and support. And I assure you, especially those of you in the hospitality sector, I will be doing my best to support you in the direct sense once this crisis is over. But obviously there's one part of the hospitality sector we can help now, which is what I'm doing here, and that is the craft beer community. And with that, to get away from the somber tone, tonight's beer, because we're going to have some fun on this one, come on. Tonight, we are drinking Four Provinces Láidir. It's a robust porter, and it's from Four Provinces, who are based right here in Dublin. They're actually from up the road from here. Are they in Dublin 6 or are they Dublin 6 West? I'm not sure entirely. I think they might be 6 West, I don't know. They're in the general vicinity. I'm sure the lads will tell me and correct me. I've probably got the postcode wrong in both cases. But one of the founders happened to be a year behind me in school and played a bit of hurl, and he's a good lad, Fergal. So how are you, Fergal? Díomh. And so let's try this. Now, those of you who watched the previous couple of videos will know that I'm not very good at pouring beer. Now, this is a stout, well, porter. Gonna get interesting. Let's see how terrible I do this. So, cracker. Okay, we got a bit of overflow already, so this is going to go terribly, is what I'm trying to say politely. And the Four Provinces lads, of course, also have a pub, and that's currently closed, unfortunately, because of the current situation. But they are still selling their beer, and came out all right. Now this is a 6.2% one. This is a bit of a bad boy, and I'm normally drinking beers this strong on a school night, but I'm also eating significantly today, so don't worry, to my bosses. I will only be having this one alcoholic beverage tonight, and it's only 330 cans, so 6.2 isn't too bad. But let's give it a sniff. Getting a whole lot of chocolate off that, a little bit of coffee as well, and quite a lot of hopsiness off this. Yeah, actually a bit of malt more than hops, sorry. No, it's hops. My apologies. Yes, I know there's a difference before people go, how are you mixing malt and hops? So it smells beautiful is the short version. Let's have a taste. It is a lot creamier than it looks, and that's a good thing. So silky going around my cheeks there. Really, really comfortable feeling. This is the texture of the beer I'm talking about. It felt lovely. Yeah, definitely got a bit of coffee in the aftertaste. A whole lot of coffee, in fact. And it's nice. Now, granted, you're going, he's liking all the beers. That's right, I've picked a lot of beers I like for this. Shocking, I know. I'm not here to do beers I dislike. It might have had them in a while, but if I remember I liked them at the time, I'm going to have them on this show. Yeah, definitely nice balance of dark chocolate and coffee going on here. And you can really get that. It's actually reminding me a bit in terms of the scent of Rasser's 4X from the Porterhouse, which is another great beer. And from another company, brewery / pub, who are currently dealing with the current crisis as well. But this one, its taste is very different. Like the aroma is very Rasser's, but the taste is very different. It's that texture though, because again, it's like, you can't really tell even with the good camera. It looks like a much more mild-bodied porter than it is. And like, don't get me wrong, it's not heavy, but there's this texture in it which is just so creamy going in your mouth. It's amazing. Yeah, and I just made another unintended double entendre there. I am going to get murdered in the comments. So, yeah, this is an absolute belter. And it's a great one for Paddy's Day because, porter is a drink we associate with our great nation. And this is a lovely, lovely one from a couple of lads who, great commitment to the craft. I remember the first beer I had from the lads a couple of years back. It was the Hurler, which of course was an unexpected name given the founders of Four Provinces are hurlers themselves. And it was a great beer, very different to this obviously. That was an amber. This is obviously a porter. It's fantastic and it's really smooth. What would I go with this with though? You see, it's so. I'd almost go dessert. I really would if I'm eating anything with this because I think the texture is so creamy, so smooth. If you're having a regular main meal, probably not the right balance. Like any sort of dessert though, texture wise, and I don't mean apple tart because this is going to murder an apple tart, but any heavier flavored dessert definitely going to go well. Uh, compote actually would be great with this. Obviously chocolate as well. But personally, I think on its own holds up great. So listen, the reason I'm doing this isn't just so I can drink on the internet every night until the crisis is over, which by the way is wonderful. I love that I'm drinking on the internet while this crisis is ongoing. I hate the crisis, but I love drinking on the internet. The reason is I'm trying to get y'all to support Irish breweries who, are your locals. They're, part of the hospitality sector which is being affected, but it's one you can help right now. So when you're out in the shops, when you're buying your beer, look local. If you see Láidir, it's in Super Valu in a few places I know in Dublin for certain and possibly elsewhere. I think it's actually in quite a few Super Valus. So check your Super Valu if you have it there. And support Four Provinces. It's a great beer and sláinte to you all and hope you enjoyed the national holiday. Oh, and wash your hands.